I'm about to expose myself by saying things I maybe shouldn't put out there on the internet. What's something I do that would be a red flag if I wasn't me? I don't have red flags. Would I date me? What's something small that ruins my entire mood instantly? Small portions.
Stuck in my brain.
Hello, fellow moaners. Welcome to Make Yourself Moan Podcast. I'm your host, Madison Monroe Curtis, and it's time to dive deeper.
Stuck in my brain.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Make Yourself Moan Podcast. Who am I? Your host, Madison Monroe. Today, we're going to keep it a little lighter. At least I think. You normally see my deep side, and it's pretty big. Casa, are you under my chair? Oh. Casa is joining for today's episode. He is my surprise guest, Casa Amor. So as long as he doesn't knock over my camera, we're good. I'm either about to expose myself by saying things I maybe shouldn't put out there on the internet, but here we are. Or I may inspire you or make you feel better about yourself. Or D, all of the above. Who doesn't love a big D? I asked one of my friends to come up with some questions that I can just read for the first time on the spot with you and spitball my answer. Reminds me of those challenging YouTube channels where the celebrities go and eat hot wings. I don't know if I would do that. It sounds painful. I can handle a little bit of spicy, but that level of spicy, I don't want to be recorded struggling like that and tearing up my stomach. Okay, let's get started. Number 1, what's something I do that would be a red flag if I wasn't me? I don't have red flags. I don't like people to curse around me. It can be sexy in very minimal situations, but if you're cursing or GD, off limits. That's just, why is that a word that people use? Number 2, if someone watched me for 24 hours, what would concern them? Ooh, do I know that they're watching me or are they spying on me? Because that really depends on the answer. Probably the amount of food that I eat or the amount of drinks that I drink. I put a lot of things into my body. Yeah, probably just like that girl puts a lot in her body. Number 3, what's a thought I have that I would never say out loud until right now? See, the problem is I've said a lot of things that most people cannot believe I said out loud. Like the other day, there was this person who works on things. So my boss called him in to work on some of the electronics in our building. And he came and sat down beside us when we were all talking at break, me and these other 2 coworkers of mine. Well, he's kind of comical. He's sitting there and it looks like this Barbie doll is on his phone, like a blow up sex doll. And I see it and he's waving his phone around. So I kind of say, hey, who's on your background on your phone? He's like, a flame. I'm like, a flame? Okay. He's like, well, I think my hot days are over with. And I said, oh no, our hot days are never over with. Even when we die, like some people are into that. So there's always going to be like a niche market for you. One of my coworkers looked at me and said, you mean like necrophiliacism? I mean, I wasn't going to put that strong word to it, but maybe. That's my answer. 4 is for door. What's something I judge people for, but I also do? Oh, sometimes I curse. It's true. They're bad habits. Like if they drink a lot, I'm like, what's a lot? Like, how do you act when you drink? That's kind of a big part of it. And wearing makeup to the gym. I don't really judge for that, but why not wear makeup to the gym? Most people know by now, a secret to having a successful gym day is feeling good. But if you feel good in makeup, put some makeup on. At least you're going to move your body. It might clog your pores, but at least you feel good. Number 5, Am I actually healing or just getting better at avoiding things? Ooh. So, if you've been watching my podcast, I'm very open about traumatic experiences, heartbreaks, what I've gone through, and healing. Healing is the other part of all those things. And are we ever fully healed? I don't know. It's a journey. So I would say I truly am healing. However, there are things that I realize that I thought I was more good with than what I actually am, because something will come up and I feel really triggered and I'm having a hard time dealing with my emotions. So I guess I have been avoiding it more than I realized. 6 is for what's something I thought was normal growing up that definitely wasn't. Screaming parents. Vacations being pretty miserable, the few that we went on. Yeah, there were good moments. There were a lot of bad. That's why, I can have a little bit of admiration for those that get married, because either they haven't seen how bad it can get, or they have seen it and they are so confident that their marriage will be different than so many others. Is that too real for this? Whoops. Number 7, would I date me? Yeah, duh. I would totally date me. Look, I am a solid high number. I'm not going to say I'm a 10. That's not for me to say. But I'm up there, yo. I work hard. I'm loyal. I pay for my stuff. I don't want someone to give me just everything. I like working for what I have. I'm a great cook. I love taking care of my physical and mental health. I am not afraid to get dirty. I am working on a project at all times. I just stained a shelf that's suntanning outside so I can hang up later in the office. Yeah, I'm handy. Number 8. Oh, I just turned off my iPad. Hold on. This thing is huge. It's huge. 8. What version of me would my younger self be obsessed with, and what version would disappoint her? Ooh, that's a good one. My younger self would be obsessed with the stability that I've created. Not to bounce off my last episode, but also it's relevant. Definitely the stability and security that I create around me in the life and family that I choose. My partner, I thank him all the time for being a consistent, stable individual in how he reacts when anything comes up. And that I am choosing to continue to seek freedom for myself as well as all the other humans that I possibly can. Things like telling my partner I want intimacy from other people outside of him. Most of my life, that was not something I thought I could ever tell my partner and them say, okay, let's explore that. My younger self would be disappointed in how I talk down to myself and how I struggle with my self-image, thinking that I'm not thin enough and not muscular enough, not talented enough, not rich enough, not good enough as a daughter, sister, partner, dog mom. I'm very, very hard on myself. So I know younger me would be disappointed that we're still fighting those battles, but we're working on it. We do the darn thing even when we have mental struggles that we've been dealing with our whole life. Number 9, what is something I pretend not to care about, but I definitely care about? That me and Machine Gun Kelly aren't friends. I don't know if I pretend not to care about it, but I do care about it. 10, what's my most delusional belief about myself? Dang, friends, really harsh for that one. Dang, I don't know if I'm going to give that any time of day. Most delusional belief about myself is that maybe I won't be pretty enough until I lose another 10 pounds or until I get abs or until I don't see cellulite. That's probably the most delusional thing. 11. What is something I've done that I would absolutely judge someone else for? everything. I really try not to judge people. When I find myself judging someone, I try to rewind and give them a compliment mentally. Like, at least they are brave enough to wear that, or they're out here doing the thing. 12! Why am I screaming these numbers? 12. What's a lesson I learned the hard way that I would 100% ignore if I had to learn it again? Ooh, I have a toxic answer. I go back and forth with this one. My thought is dating my high school sweetheart. That went on to be like a college sweetheart and halfway a post-college sweetheart. We were on and off for a very long time. Sometimes I think I would do it all over again because it was, one of those like Nicholas Sparks love stories without the sweet ending. But then like I lost myself. I got really sad for a long time and so many tears. Why am I so deep? We were not going to go there today. Anyways, I go back and forth because it's also one of the things that, yes, I experienced kind of a big love, and I am much stronger for having gone through that stuff. And I'm glad I went through a lot of heartbreak with one person to learn from, and to be an adult looking back and seeing that we were children at many different stages coming from broken homes that were hurting, and then we were hurting, and then we thought we were meant to be together because we turned our hurt into lust for one another. We're much different people now, and we have our own full lives. So yay for adulting and moving on like I'm about to do now. 13. What's something small that ruins my entire mood instantly? Small portions at a restaurant or fast food. The other day I went to Taco Bell. They freaking turned their little mini Nacho Grande into a dip and chips separate. Taco Bell, what's up with you? You keep making these bad decisions. Anyways, I had 4 chips in this bag. I'm privileged, first world problems, I know, but I had to go up to the counter and buy another bag of chips. At least I got 6 chips in this bag. That is what is small that makes me angry. 14, yo. If I met myself for the first time, what would I think? It depends. Have I put some effort in that day? That's something I judge people for, going back to whatever number that was. Like, I'm going to make it out there in the world. I'm going to get invited to these events up in Hollywood, and I can't wait for that. But, people are stalkers. And when they stalk celebrities and they catch them on their sweatpants, no shower, and wrinkled t-shirt day where they're just trying to go get milk from the grocery store, or they're having a rough day because life is hard sometimes, there's a plane. And they take photos of them and post them. We all have those days where we should not go out in public if we care about what other people think at all, or if we want to have a partner in this life stay in love with us, but we do it. We look rough at times. So I see those pictures, I'm like, man, why would they wear that? And then 80% of the time I look at what I'm wearing and what I look like, and I think, oh, I'm glad I'm not a celebrity yet where people are taking my pictures and posting it on the internet, because I would be feeling worse about myself. Sometimes I take my own picture, I'm thinking, oh, but if other people are taking my picture and I go, oh, that's such an invasion of privacy and publicism, because if you're in public, I don't know if it's private, but it should be. So yeah. 15. What's one thing I know I need to change, but I'm still not doing? Ooh, I was raised in a household where alcohol was not something that was looked down upon. It was on my grandparents' side of life, but for my parents, it was just what was in the house, and we had more of that than we did juice, Sprite, and soda. I grew up not caring about alcohol, but knew that it was something people did. So then when I finally drank for myself, I started enjoying it. I go days or weeks without drinking, but then when I drink, I enjoy it. So I'll drink a few. And part of me knows that there's such good mental clarity and creativeness that can come from sobriety. So I try to just take turns, indulge If I've thought it through and I am honest with myself, like, okay, it's going to make me feel rough tomorrow, or I'm going to probably be upset that I drank 3 glasses of wine tonight when I feel bloated tomorrow. It's a back and forth dialogue about it. Sometimes I would have said my love for Taco Bell, because when I eat Taco Bell, y'all, I can put it away. I love Taco Bell. I don't love all their decisions, but their Mexican pizza, their nacho grande, and their fries, and their bean burritos, and their pintos and cheese, and those crispy cantina tacos with the melted cheese. Oh, and a quesadilla. It's better cold, FYI. I don't know why, but it is. I just need their prices to go down. Y'all, when you can't afford Taco Bell, times are rough. Or when you're spending $30 for 2 people at Taco Bell, you just think, what? This is not, what limbo are we in? Okay, this is the final section because I don't know how much you want to know about me, but things that should be red flags but aren't. Let's see. If they clap when the plane lands, y'all, yo girl, I clap when a plane lands. I'm grateful. I just survived something that not everyone has. And again, with the deep, but for real. And I have been on some very bad turbulent planes where I had basically a full panic attack. I prayed the whole time, and you better believe this girl clapped so loud when that plane landed. I have started slow claps for plane landings. Okay. I don't think it's a red flag. Do you? If they say I'm just brutally honest, no, you're just mean. Am I a red flag? Because I do. I also will just be like, y'all, I'm just so honest. You're welcome. I'm also going to be the person to tell you your fly's undone. You have a booger on your nose. I know that it's inopportune, but how do you think the other person feels? Someone should tell them. Tell me. Tell me when I have something like that going on. When I look in the mirror and like my eyeliner's all smudged or completely gone off one eyeball, or toilet paper on my shoe at a bar, that is more embarrassing, finding it on your own and wondering who all has seen it, how long has this been happening, no one can take me seriously. Then you also get trust issues from it because you're like, I can't trust any of y'all to tell me. That's lame. Don't be an untrustworthy person in someone's life. If they've never had a bad phase, I don't trust it. Oh, well, you can trust me because I've had lots of bad phases. I'm talking like school photos with a cowl vest and my 2 teeth were really the only teeth I had. I thought freckles were bad back then. Now people are getting freckles tattooed on them. The way things change is really funny to me. Okay, I think that is it. If you enjoyed this and you would like me to do another random fun questionnaire, let me know in the comments. Also, send me a question. I've never really been nervous about the comments before, but this kind of makes me nervous, but I'm also excited. I had fun with this. I like getting to kind of spitball with you as if we're at a coffee shop or a bar, just lounging and shooting the S word, as they say. Thank you for coming back to a Make Yourself Moan episode. This may have been a little different. Hope I didn't disappoint you. Even if I did, that's life, as Frank Sinatra says. I just wanted to bring you a little lightness to your week. I know I needed it this past week. I was just feeling, my anxiety was here. And as we know, life is so short. We got to get ourselves to a place where we're laughing and looking forward to things, ultimately enjoying the journey of where we're trying to get to. We don't know if we'll get there, how we'll get there, what the whole journey looks like. But right now, today, you're present. It is what you have. So no matter what you're dealing with, I do believe you can find something to smile about, laugh at, be grateful for. Do something today that you know is going to put you closer and project you to this goal. So you can pat yourself on the back tonight. And even if everyone around you is disappointing you and letting you down, you know you didn't let yourself down. Thanks again. I'm Madison Monroe, and I'm really grateful for your time. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it, like it, subscribe, so the interweb knows that my content is worth other people's eyeballs and ear holes. Bye.
Stuck in my brain.
Thank you for tuning in to Make Yourself Moan. Remember, self-love and raw truth are your power. So keep diving deeper and turning up the volume on truth and healing. Until next time, I'm Madison Monroe Curtis, sending you love and loud moans of confidence. If you feel led to, please follow me, like, subscribe on all those socials. I'd love it if you send or email me any and all topics on your heart and brain, and let's unravel those together. Until next time, just keep moaning.